And you flew from Herne. Your first flight was to Rabat.
Rabat, yeah. Well, when I got to Herne in Bournemouth, this is a silly little story. I had this aircraft all tuned up and ready to go, and I had to report into the control tower. And they said, you can't go today. So I didn't query it. The next day, they said, come back here tomorrow night at this time. No, you can't go today. This went on for 4 days, I think. So in the end, it was a lousy night. The cloud was down to about 300 feet and right up. It was a really horrible night. And then they said, you can go now. But I didn't find out till later, and I still don't know whether it's true, that on the south of France was a very crack German night fighter squadron. And people who'd gone before me on this trip had all been shot down by this crack German. So they were waiting for a dirty night for me to go so I could get through, which I did get through, so that was all right. Whether the story's true or not, I don't know, but I thought that's why they kept me there until the weather was really bad. So anyway, when I got to Rabat Saleh and landed there, did the usual thing, parked the aircraft, went into the control tower to book in, go back to the aircraft, and my parachute's gone. I had to wait there for some days until I could get one through, either from Gibraltar or somewhere. It did come through.
So you did a little round trip to Fez while you were
yeah, I had a look at Fez while I was there.
With the crew?
Yes. We had a nice night in Fez. That was a walled city, and at night they closed the iron gates and locked them up. Yeah. I left the aircraft out on the sand.
So you were there for a while, actually. According to this, you left Rabat Saleh on the 27th of December to Biskra. Where was Biskra?
Oh, Biskra. Yeah, it was supposed to be halfway across North Africa, Biskra.
Right, that in Libya then?
Yeah, yes, Libya, yeah.
And then next day on to Marble Arch.
Marble Arch, which was the Italians had named that. That was Libya.
Right.
Marble Arch.
And then
to Cairo West. When I got to Cairo West, the fitters, having a look at the aircraft, said that one of the engines was not up to scratch, so they wanted to have a bit of an overhaul on it. So that's why I stayed at Cairo. But while I was there, we took the advantage of having looked around Cairo city, and we went to the pyramids and the what's his name at Giza, the Sphinx. So we had a good look round. But the thing that shook me most, the RAF had a base at Kilo 26 outside Cairo since the previous war, and the men were still living in tents. So while we stayed there, we slept in a tent.
So you set off from Cairo eventually in January the 23rd to Habbaniyah?
Habbaniyah in Iraq.
And then to
near Baghdad.
And then on to Bahrain.
Yep.
And then from Bahrain to Karachi.
That's it. I had to leave the Wellington at Karachi, and a squadron was supposed to come and collect it for their benefit. And I crossed India by train, 4 days from Calcutta to from Karachi to Calcutta, and then about 90 miles out to Salbani in Bengal. Well, when I got there to Salbani in Bengal, they said, "Oh, you've been sent here to fly Liberators." So the next thing is I have to go down to Kola Goldfield and for a short time learn to fly Liberators.
This is a new squadron you've been posted
Brand
to?
new squadron, yeah.
Right, what was the
356 squadron.
356 squadron based at
Salbani in Bengal.
So you did your training in the Liberator?
We lost one crew on the night flying there.
Really?
For some reason they crashed. We had to bury them the next day.
You were then ready for operational flying?
Yes.